So today's episode of MacBroz Show is brought to you by Tag Precision.
Hey, yo, it's your boys, and welcome back to another episode of the MacBroz Show. Hey, yeah, right. It's your boys, and welcome back to another episode of the MacBroz Show. This ain't a podcast, this a movie you should binge it. Josh and Darius going Mac mode, better listen. Best friends, but them bullets doing long distance. Pulling up with heavy metal, put you on a hit list. I know you missed this, they all in attendance. Trying to stack bands and inspire the children. I said stop playing with them, but y'all didn't listen to MacBroz. They back on a mission.
Welcome everybody, this is episode 81 of the MacBroz Show. I am shocked every time that number goes up. Not because I don't think we're going to do it, it's just it's commitment, and two full-time working dads and husbands doing this thing for 81 episodes is pretty dope. It's pretty dope. But my name is Josh, also known as Jay Wed, joined by my co-host Darius D's Gaines. We are the MacBroz, and our podcast, our show, is just two dudes that are into this gun thing. We talk about gear, we talk about competition, we talk about things that we don't know, like rifles, and then we just do random stuff. If you're new here, we've been friends for over 20 years. We met in college, we pledged fraternity together. We are uncles to our kids.
Wedding.
We each other's weddings, we know each other. I actually have known Darius longer than I've known my wife, which is saying a lot. And I knew Darius's wife when they dated in college. So we've got a long history of friendship. And we also lived 20.
He knew me before we dated.
I did. That's right. I did.
Yeah.
And we live like 20 minutes apart, but we don't see each other because we're very busy. So, no, we don't shower together. We have different houses. But if we had a house together.
I have ironed a shirt while he was wearing it. So we needed to get ready for our fraternity ritual. So
listen, college is a hell of a time. But
yeah.
Yes, literally we are brothers.
Yep.
And frankly, he's my first call whenever there's trouble. So I'm glad to have you back. I know last episode you had to do the family thing, and I totally support that. That's on one of my guns. Not with me. Family is first. I'm always a big advocate about that. I tell my staff at my job, family is the most important thing. Take care of yourself. So I'm glad to have you back. And I'm glad for you to also give us your fun fact of the day, because I think last week's was kind of flat, not that great.
No.
But,
all right.
We can talk about it. So enlighten us. What's this week's fun fact?
Let me liven you guys up here with our fun fact. So did you know the average person spends about 6 months of their life waiting at a red light? If you're a driver out there and you're slinging the whip, think about it. When you come to a red light, you're like, damn, why is this red light so long? Because you pushed your car beyond the sensor. So now you got to wait two sessions before it lets you turn left. So as it adds up, 6 months on a red light.
It's at where we live. That's gonna get longer for us. It's our county is just growing, dude. I learned this week that our state has seen a decline in population for the first time in a long time, but our county has seen a massive increase. So whatever decline that's happening is not where we live.
Yeah.
I mean, you see all the constructions. You know how it is.
Yeah, I see all the houses, man. I see all the houses. I think about this, right? At these red lights, you're not supposed to do this, but sometimes either we're chopping it up, right? You and I are constantly chopping it up, or I'm thinking about content and what would be beneficial to you guys and myself, but primarily what I think about entertainment in those moments of space. So 6 months, man, that's good entertainment you can come up with in that amount of time.
I listen to a lot of podcasts. I've been listening to a lot less music that's got lyrics and just, ambient sounds, just was listening to classical music this morning, actually, just to kind of have something else going on amongst all the chaos.
I like that. Have
Um,
you ever caught yourself? I know we're on a tangent, but since we're talking about red lights, have you ever caught yourself looking back at old shooting footage at the stoplight?
yeah, yeah.
All right. Now, in the chat, for those that are listening, just say yes, I've done it. If you've gone back and looked at old content while you're sitting at a red light, or at least just
Oh
the
yeah,
opening of it, and you're just like, dang, why didn't I take that target first? let me look at this. Why did I do
dude, dude.
this?
I, my second competition, I think, when I like just didn't do something and my brain shut down, I'm like, what? Move. Why are you just standing there?
Yeah, yeah,
Why is the gun not doing anything? I'm just like,
right.
and then it's like, oh, green light. All right.
Yep, yep.
Put that
Yeah,
down.
man.
Yeah, guys, in Florida, don't have it in your hand. Don't have your phone in your hand. If you have anything in your hand while you're driving, you will get pulled over. Not from
Really?
personal experience. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you were to have something in your hand and they think it's something that could be distracting,
Yeah.
they'll pull you. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. I see cops all the time, and my phone is generally in my
Your
hand.
tint's darker than mine.
Oh, that would make sense. I'm
Yeah.
darker
Because
than
I've gotten pulled for my tint.
you know, and I kind of blend with my tent, so they
Uh,
could say, "Hey,
you
that might
got
be
you
the
got
the
a couple more
dash."
days.
I got that's right. Before corporations start yanking back the all right. We gotta
Okay.
focus. We gotta focus.
No
Black
worries, no
History Month, we
worries.
got 2 more days. Corporations are gonna start yanking it. We're getting our Black History jokes in now. So all right.
That's okay. And you can
We'll keep
only
it
do that
fresh.
when you're best friends. Just put that out there. I can only do it with my best friend.
Yeah.
So
Don't
I'm
do it with
certified.
everybody.
Yeah, it's
It's
not for
not
everybody. I'm
acceptable.
certified. Certified. All right. I'll think about that next time. Now I'm thinking about that movie Out of Time, the with Justin Timberlake
Yeah, on his
on
arm.
the time on your arm. And I'm like, I could just be at a red light and just be like, oh my God,
I'm running out of time. I
Yeah,
paid for this.
right.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Cool,
Well,
cool.
I'm glad we could chuck that one up. Now that everybody's sitting at the red lights, they're gonna be like, "Damn, this is time I'm wasting. I need to do something in this downtime."
For the folks that are listening on the audio format, you're hearing this on the podcast and you're like, these bastards are talking to me about red light traffic. I'm at a red light listening to them on a podcast.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey,
put your phone down.
that's right. That's right.
Put your phone
Audio.
down. Don't get a ticket. Cool, cool. Well, you opened up the show mentioning that we're sponsored by Tag Precision. So this
Yes.
is where we talk about Tag Precision. I know recently you posted your Staccato C now
Yeah.
has front sights for the folks that are watching on the live or watching on Rumble. They are steel, billet steel sights. I've got a video coming out soon, probably in a week or two, talking about how to install them. But essentially, Tag Precision makes what I think is innovative sights. D and I have been rocking them for a while, and we keep on adding them to almost all our guns exclusively now. We are what we like to call creatures of consistency, but sometimes something like an iron sight isn't something you think about. It's just what can I get off the shelf or what do they give me besides the plastic Glock sights? And I'm not trying to dog Glock all the time, but other brands come with good sights. And one of those brands is Timber. And I mention that because the 2K11 line, which everyone's big on now, whether it's the comp version, the pro version, or just the regular 2K11, now comes with Tag Precision sights factory. So if Kimber is doing it, you should be doing it too. They are very easy to install. The fibers are much thicker than your standard fiber that you would be installing. You don't have to cut or melt or do any of that stuff when your fiber breaks. And personally, they seem to also pick up easier because the fiber is actually bigger.
Yeah.
So if you are the type of person that is invested in fiber optic sites, I would recommend you consider Tag Precision, and you can save with JWETH. That's JAYWETH 15. We've got them on our Staccatos. I've got the all blacked out version, and the reason why I have that is because they get blacked out on the rear anyway because of all the ports. And last episode, someone said good luck with
Oh,
those fibers with your ported guns. And all I'm saying is I've been running these for years. I did competition with this one, the taller one,
yeah, yeah.
and all I can say is the rear is just blacked out. I can wipe it and clean it and we're good to go. But these are solid, solid sights, guys. And
Yeah.
they make front sights and rear sights. You get them as a pack. You can get all blacked out rears or you can get fiber rears as well. They include replacements, they include the tool. There's really no question why you shouldn't consider them. We don't run night sights because we blow them out from the ports.
Right.
So we want something both aesthetically pleasing and also as a good,
Yeah.
I guess, point of identification if your dot goes down. Um, but they're solid. And to Robbie Khan's point, yes, Kimber is also using optic plates made by Tag Precision too.
Yep.
They're a bit more rigid than their previous supplier, so Tag Precision also makes that.
Yeah.
So Tag Precision is sponsoring the show again this week. Check them out. Use the code JWED15 and let us know what you think. If you like them, you don't like them. I think they're great. They provide extra screws and parts. I mean, they're easy to install. You did yours.
Yeah, I think I like them because of how quick they are to service. And I have this package here. It is they call it the TSH service pack. And it has, see if I can pick this up. The light is kind of blowing it out. There's a white, green, red,
Orange
orange. Yeah,
and
and
black.
orange. The red and the orange look very close to each other.
Yep.
So I could put a white one in there. I think and there's a black one as well. I don't know if I said that. I can swap those out easily. As you see in the front here, there's a hex. You unthread that, it slides out. You slide the new one in, you thread the hex back in, and you're good to go. Like Josh said, they've changed the innovation of it because you've seen back in the day the irons have the way that they were able to pass the light through on the irons was to put in the bar right at the top so the sun can collect. Then it would open up here and it would open up back here to have the light pass through the front and the back. Well, Tag figured out if they made it a little thicker, a little more space in here, they could get the light to continue to pass through without needing that front, I guess, fiber to enter out the front side.
Yep.
So they figured that out. I think that's great. It really pops in the light. As you guys can see, I have a ring light that's like really hitting it. But man, it pops, guys.
It's easy, man. It's super easy. I can show you in mine. I've got the let's see, let me dim that out right there. Look at that. You can see it right there.
Yeah.
Right through that window. This is that suppressor height sight one or competitive height sight. You can see there everything's zeroed, looking centered, and co-witnesses very well. This is the higher one. What's also really cool, just an aside, and then we'll give Tag their love some more later. Is that TSH kit that Darius is talking about?
Yeah, this one.
All the fibers for the front sights are the same size. So if you buy one sight and then you buy the pack and then you buy more sights, you'll be able to change out your sights all the time.
Yeah.
So, typically, while we do like to run optics only, it's also good to have a backup just in case.
When I tapped that front side out, I was like, ooh, I like my girls shaved. I was like, all right. No. They're supporting the MacBroz, so let me go ahead and throw this on. But boy, I was there. I was like, ooh, that looks clean.
I could see that, but I just like, for some reason, a front sight always seems to be a proper aesthetic for me. A rear sight, not so much. Not a big fan of the rear sights.
Yeah.
But
I think you and I talked about that. Remember, we were getting into the rear sight, front sight game, and I was like, yeah, I don't put a rear sight on for the simple fact that when I'm gathering my my foundational grip, I put my thumb around the top side. Obviously, not on a 2011. You don't do that. But that rear sight would get in the way, so I always remove the rear sights on all of my guns.
Yeah.
And this one fell off, so I'm not going to put it back on. And this is a Dawson precision plate.
Yeah. So
Oh, yours
anyway,
is still on, right?
oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
my stuff is solid, man. I've been putting some work with this. But yeah, so guys, do us a solid if you're looking for fiber optic sites and you want to upgrade yours. Go to Tag Precision, use the code JWEB15, tell them MacBroz sent you, and we'll talk about it more next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll also let you guys know how the testing goes. But I mean, a million people have Tag Precision sites.
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. They're very solid, and you know they're here to stay.
Yep, yep.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them on more manufacturers in the future. So I
Yeah,
mean, wouldn't be a bad idea.
for
Anyway,
real.
moving on. This is the part of the show we call New Business Guys. This is where we talk about what's come in the mail, what we've been doing. We recap competitions, range days, what have you. So Darius, I'll jump in. I got some unexpected pleasant mail yesterday. And I
Okay.
haven't shared it with anybody yet because I wanted to share it on the show. So, from our great friends at Gideon Optics, I have the Mediator XL. This
Yo.
Mama Jamma is something else. This thing is ridiculous. It's got the anti-glare lens hex cover. It is massive, 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 massive. It is also multi-reticle, so I'm going to do that. And you're going to see it. See, this thing is so big, I can do it on screen.
Dude, that's like looking at an old school television box.
Now, the problem I have is that I showed you guys my range footage with my PCC. I would not take that dot off of it because it is, I mean, dialed in like effortlessly. I don't know what to put this on. I have a BRN 180. I might put that on. Our boy Gamage has one of these on his MPX, and that was fun to shoot with this. I really enjoyed it. This thing is huge. Darius and I had a chance to see this at
Yeah.
GunCon last year,
Yep.
and they like to show us prototypes there with the public, and that was cool. So this is now available. So Gideon Optics, find them wherever you can find Gideon Optics, and use code JWETH, JAYWETH, to save. I think it's 10%. But this thing, yeah, Robbie Khan, this looks
Old
like an old school projector. Like I'm gonna put some math work and we're
I
gonna do some
feel
math together.
now, does that honeycomb in the front, does it I understand it's for glare. Does it come off?
Yes, yes. So you can take the metal shroud off,
Uh-huh.
and then you can pop the honeycomb anti-glare lens off if you wanted to. I can show
Oh,
you. Let me just do that back. Man, for all the
yeah.
guys saying I should buy an EOTech, no
That's
thanks.
basically Geotech without
It,
the
uh,
cost.
and it probably won't eat batteries and be more reliable and cost half the price. Yeah, so you can take this off if you want. They have a full instruction of it. Anyone that's curious about specs, besides just going online looking at it, the center dot is 3 MOA.
Yeah, what is the
The
weight?
the weight, oh dude, you're asking me specs. I don't know. Hold on, I got a whole book
Full
here.
Metal asked, he was asking the question I was thinking. I was like, it looks like a damn. I don't know, man. It looks weighty, like it's got some weight to it. It'll probably be
Okay, it's
outside the box.
13.7 ounces.
Okay,
13.7 ounces. But listen, that's why we lift.
that's
You're
true. This
you're
is true.
because you're not doing this. You're not doing this, okay?
Hey,
We're
hey,
not doing acro vibes here,
that
right?
looks like a good time to me.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
What's the
It's got eight.
battery
So
power?
I'm looking through the specs here. So it's got 10 different brightness settings. Eight are daytime, two are night vision compatible, as are most of the Gideon Optic stuff. Um, and yeah, I mean this thing is huge. I mean, sometimes bigger is better, guys. And I think that this I think could go good on any sort of rifle platform, any sort of PCC, heck, maybe even a lever action if you wanted to do that. I mean, this thing looks dope. I've got a couple ideas of things I'm going to try it out on in the workbench area. But I want to first say thank you, Gideon Optics, for sending this out to me. I will be doing a review of it and putting it to work. So be on the lookout out for that as well. And yeah, dude, That came out of nowhere. So thanks, Gideon. We appreciate that.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. I definitely need to see that in person. I liked it when we saw that gun con.
It's
Yeah, that
it's
was
it's way better to shoot through, dude. Like it looks cool in hand,
yeah,
and it looks like I'm looking through a rangefinder, but when you sight this up, you're like, oh, this is super sharp, super
yep,
clear. Out in the sun, the anti-glare works great because Gamage had his on. And I was
yeah,
like, oh, this is better than the one that I had on my PCC. I have a Hollow Sun 403B,
yep.
and it works fine. I was obviously dialed in and hitting well, but this thing was like very, very easy. MSRP is like 330, 350, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think fair price, it'd be the same price as a 507 comp optic. So
I feel
MSRP. Yeah.
that would be good for competitions,
I'm
especially.
telling you, if you're a PCC person, this would be like super good.
Oh yeah, yeah, crispy, crispy.
Super good, crispy, and the anti-glare does its job, man. I'm telling
Huge
you.
window too, so it makes it easy for looking past
You get a
beyond.
lot of field of view, a lot of field of view, a lot of information. When people ask me, and I think I'll be curious your response too, but people say to me, why you have such a big optic on your gun that you carry? And I'm like, well, first of all my guns I carry. So that's the first point. The second is I want as much information as possible to make good decisions when looking down range. That's just how I think of it. If you're telling me I should have something smaller to tighten up my decision making process, that's fine. I don't want to do that. I've got old eyes. So, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does look like the aim. Yeah, no, I feel you, man. Big dots are in. I want big dots on everything. Literally everything. Small guns, big dots.
Yeah.
Medium
Get
guns,
that.
big dots. Large guns, big dots. That's the way of the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
So that's my first one. I'll pass it to you to try to talk about what you got going on, man.
Yeah, so it's been a while. I'm trying to remember what I talked about last time. I think I mentioned that I got those KCI magazines, right? So I've
Yes.
been using those. I haven't been shooting yet because I've been traveling a lot. A lot. But I was able to load these. The other ones that went down, I wasn't able to load them properly. The plastic had sheared off like the defective ones. I put in 31 rounds, which you're not supposed to do, but it ate it, and I was able to chamber it into the rifle without any problems. So that's a good sign, guys, because all of those things were not doing well for me last time. And they gave me this cool little 20 rounder, which is nice and lightweight. So hey, if you have a bipod on your rifle and you need the smaller 20 rounder so the bipod or the magazine doesn't interfere with the bipod, they got you, man. They got you.
Yep.
So I will start running these. They're filled up. There's a couple more magazines I have that are all filled up. So I just need a day to get out on the range, run these, let them hit the ground, make sure they break or don't break or whatever the case is. But I will report that information back to you guys. So shout out again to KCI for hooking it up. And I
Yeah.
got some Block 17 magazines over here. So yeah, I need a I need a pistol to go with that. We're working on something. We're
We
working on
we keep having these boy math problems where we get optics and mags, but we don't have the gun for it. Like we're doing it backwards, guys. We need to be better planners. Yeah, I've got some of the KCI mags too. D drops them off to me so we can both find time to test them out. I definitely will be dropping them while they're loaded.
Yeah.
Heck, I might drop them in the garage a little bit just to see what that looks like, just doing dry fire.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be always live fire to do testing. So I
No.
will definitely be checking them out as well.
Yeah, it's you know what? That's a great idea. We'll get
Thank
some
you.
testing for these guys. Because we know we went pretty hard on them when the last conversation. People were saying, hey, I don't use them because they break. Well, we got a plethora of them, and
Yeah,
we have a good, I would say, a good partnership with them. So they want us, they want to know if they do break. They want to know. They want
yeah,
to fix it, and they want to keep supplying MacBroz with magazines. So we're gonna be running these for a little bit.
Yeah. And if they're solid guys, we'll let you know. If they're not solid,
Yep.
we'll let you know. And if they do work out well, maybe when we eventually think of a giveaway or something in the future, we'll probably throw some of those in there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we're not going to endorse anything that's not quality. We're just letting you guys know ahead of time. We're going to be testing those out.
Yep. Yep. Yes, sir.
Cool. Cool.
So, I have one more thing, but it's pretty low end. I bought some more ammo because the homies, Jay and the boys, got together this past weekend at a range day, and I have stuck to my promise. And what has my promise been to you guys? What did I
Every every
long time?
time Darius can't make a range day, he buys a case of ammo.
Yep, 1,000 rounds. Anytime I miss a range day with the homies, so I missed last week, so I ended up buying 1,000 rounds. So that's
Fortunately, we don't go as often as a lot of our counterparts in the community because, we don't do this full time. Because that would be tough for you.
yeah. That would that would be that would be.
Yeah.
But I'm on the 124 grain life, so I was able to get some 124 grain at a pretty good price. So I'm very happy about that, man. Under 215, not the best of ammo, but it has ran well for me. So yeah,
Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm migrating strictly to 124 as well.
yeah.
And we've been talking to a few other folks about what we think is good. That 124, the grain number doesn't always equal to performance. There's a lot of other factors to it as well. So definitely willing to experiment, but I think that it's interesting. I was watching Humble Marksman. I was watching one of his videos, and he was talking about on one of his guns he was testing out, it prefers 115 even though it's a higher caliber gun. So he was expecting like 147s.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, 147s out of the Staccato is definitely this specific Staccato with the monsoon porting. You guys have seen it, a ton of it.
Yeah, it's
So
optimal. Yeah.
yeah, it absolutely loves it. It absolutely loves 147 grain. The problem with that is 147 grain comes with a price tag that I'm not.
Well, and availability, right? It's not as
Yeah,
commonly accessible. Not a lot of people are making it, so it's
yeah,
not. If it was more accessible, I would say I would consider it as a more reasonable option. But I can grab 124s anywhere, and still, when I think about performance, so we're gonna go on a side quest here. When I think about performance of ammo on a firearm, it's about the feeling in hand. It's not about the shots down range because I'm not at the point or the distance where I need to tighten up my ammo for the shots. That's just me personally. I think that it's more my fundamentals, my skill making those errors. It's not the ammo. Unless it's that whatever ammo you tried that was like doing some squirrely spiral stuff.
oh man, uh,
Was that like some Winchester white box or something?
it was Winchester defensive rounds. Dang, dude, that ammo was trash. At
Yeah.
7 yards, 7 yards, my shit was printing crazy. And I was like, hell no, I'm shooting a Staccato. And
Right.
I'm outside the A zone at 7 yards. Nope. Defensive rounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah, and again, I think I'm still in the position where I'm just trying stuff to figure out what works best. But I
Yeah.
can tell you that when I put like I think I tested a bunch of different ammo in a reel a couple months back with my Staccato because that's the gun I think I would feel the ammo the most, right? Because these polymer guns, like they're gonna run mostly trash, which is fine, and you
Yeah.
can definitely tune and make it a little bit sweeter. But the Staccato, because it's net mechanical nature, I just can tell more when it comes to if it's running the way I want it to run.
Ab-
So, and I figured if we said ammo a few more times, Rick would show up, and he's now watching. So, we're talking about ammo briefly and what we like and don't like. If you guys have recommendations, I'm seeing them in the chat. We're seeing Staccato ammo, we're seeing Hop ammunition. If you have something that you think we should check out, and we can get it reasonably priced, or you want to just send us some to try, happy to do it. But I usually just use Fiocchi or Magtech 124 grain or 115 if I'm running low, but maybe SMB Seller and Velo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I run that too. Never Blazer, never ever. Will
I
use them for my stuff, but and that's just because everything's ported. So if you have recommendations for others that's readily accessible, reasonably affordable with current trends and prices, let us know. Be happy to try them out. If you are an ammo company, we have no sponsorship. Reach out to us. Would love to try your stuff out before we endorse it because I have tried a few brands in the past couple of years that have said, "Hey, we have ammo," and then I've tried it and it's very very smoky or very very dirty. And you combine that we run ports and optics, and Darius doesn't clean his guns. We don't need that.
no.
So
No, I want those problems, but at the same time, I don't want those problems.
I don't want to look like I'm at the hookah lounge when
Yes.
I'm at the range. I get enough of that already just for running ports, and I forget about that. And then I see the footage of me shooting, and I'm like, good Lord, it looks like I'm smoking a pipe over here.
Yeah, bro. Like a choo-choo train, man.
Right,
Those stay
right.
great choo-choo trains. It
So I'm always willing to try.
it hits you the most indoors.
Oh,
That's what I've learned, dude. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm
oh
sure
yeah.
I'm getting this is not good to breathe in at all. But I love the life, man. I love the ported life.
Yeah, I just gotta drink more milk to offset the lead poisoning.
That's right. That's right.
Or get or
Uh
do something better. All right, well,
yeah,
cool. The other bit of new business for me, I'm not gonna show you on screen because it's too big, and that's my first steel target. So when we did go out to the range day, we met up with Bash Target Supply. Gamage has been working with them for a while. I've used their targets all the time with Gamage. They make good stuff. I mean, they're good people. They got good stuff, and so they gifted me a steel target, which was cool. My base, a target, and a hostage flapper, which was cool. So I'm eternally grateful for the gift, and this sticker is also like really really
I,
high end.
I want to say thank you to Bash for doing that for Jay. He's been in the gun space for quite some time and has not owned any of his own targets. So thank you for getting him in the game. Now he's going to be a problem now, guys. He's going to be a problem.
I have a ton of ideas on the ways I can do my own range days, or for you people that keep saying show your targets, which I do, but when I'm doing a product review like a gun, an optic, a trigger, whatever, the target really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
And if I'm hitting steel, now you'll know.
Yeah.
You just may not know that I'm like 2 feet away from it. But the point is that
Is
Bash
that where we
also makes, what Bash makes that I also was given. They make my favorite cardboard targets right now because they're one of the only ones, I think the only one that I've seen so far that makes the standard IPSEC, USPSA, whatever it is,
yeah,
target, but with
silhouette.
the A zone in the chest and in the credit card red. So for training purposes, it's very easy to focus in. It's very easy to see your hits or your misses, and I really appreciate that. I really like that. And that made it easier for me and Gamage when we're teaching some people some drills at range day, where to look.
Yeah.
Um, Versus, and Gamage uses them for training students. I think it's wonderful. So very small, simple thing that no one else really does. So they gave me a box of cardboard as well. So I didn't have that either. So I'm set. Like I'm good to go for range days. I have no excuses not pull my own weight. I'm usually labor and comedic relief, good looks, and the guys are normally ones bringing
Yeah.
all of their targets and stuff. So now I have my own, which means that as a group we'll have a lot more steel to shoot or more cardboard to shoot at. But yeah, check out Bass Target Supply. I don't have a code with them. I think Gamage does. I
Yeah.
think the
Yeah.
code is
I think.
Got Gamage or Gamage. Try one of those.
Yeah.
He's the family. Try his code to save on targets. And thank you, Bash. I know it wasn't a big deal to you, but it is a big deal to me that you thought that I should be given something like that. So expect to see a lot more. And I still have more range footage from last week about that. So,
Nice, dude. That's exciting. That's exciting. I like the sound of steel, man. Steel keeps you fast. Paper keeps you accurate.
that's right. That's right. I was getting comfortable hitting that hostage a lot, and it was really a combination of the accuracy effort at like 25 yards and timing it when it's flipping back over.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
so,
All right. So now we got two steel targets with two uh, hostages.
yeah,
Because I have one with a hostage as well. So
yeah.
it's gonna get interesting now. It's gonna get interesting.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I'm stoked for this. So yeah, check them out, guys. They have an Instagram. There you'll probably see a variety of other people that are, on the internet that use their stuff. They make good things. They make all kinds of steel plate racks, dueling trees, spinners. Um, yeah, and the cardboard's dope. Yeah, yeah, Sensei. They make red alpha zones and credit cards on the cardboards. Um, Reasonably priced. I would
Yep.
definitely check them out. I think the only negative is that if you're used to using pasters, I don't know if anybody makes red pasters, but
Uh,
you could also just get red tape from somewhere if that was a concern.
uh,
Or you're pasting up in brown and that's okay because you're seeing where the hits were and it's still covering the holes. Either way, check them out, Bass Target Supply. I really enjoyed that range day. It was a lot of fun to set up all that steel. They had bowling pins. Gamage has one now. A bowling pin silhouette thing that's steel that you like set on top of a flat piece of steel and you just
yeah.
knock it off.
Okay.
Um, and then the thing that I've got to post probably tomorrow is he has these like cups, blue cups that hold clays inside of them, and
Hmm.
so you kind of just attach them on your post. You kind of slide them on the post.
Yeah. Shoot
And
play.
we were shooting clays with pistols,
That's cool.
and that was difficult because we were shooting the steel at like 25, 30-ish yards, which to everyone else that was at the range day, they were kind of discouraged a little bit. I think I was talking to our guy Josh that was there. He was saying, "Man, I can't hit these steel." And I'm like, "Do you know how far we're shooting these at?" And he's like, "No, because we had to put it at the back of the berm. We had a 100-yard bay, and so I pulled out Gamage's laser finder. I'm like, how far do you think that is? Because right now you're just like real life shooting. You're not like thinking about distance and yardage and my holdover. You're just like, I need to hit that, which is what you would normally do anyway. I scope it for him. I'm like, that's 32 yards, man. You're taking 32-yard steel shots and you're trying to go at pace. Give yourself some grace. That's actually pretty good, man.
You
Like when
get
you guys saw me shooting my PCC, that's what I was shooting at. It's about 30 yards.
you give him a staccato and be like, "Here, this is what you need."
No, he was using his P226.
Oh, nice. The
So
new model or the older,
no, 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 the old one.
old school, all steel?
All steel, very heavy, double
Very
double action, single action. But he
nice.
did very well. And I got to shoot his AK. He got to shoot my PCC. But yeah, so all the stuff you guys saw, we're at a decent distance. But
Yeah.
the clays is where it was really difficult because those are small and to get full,
Yeah.
explosion
What
is
size was
cool.
it? 4 inch, 6 inch?
The
You know?
clay,
Yeah, the clay size.
4 inch clay.
They were the
Yeah,
4 inch. Whew. 4 inch
yeah.
at that's impressive.
Yeah, I will say, hitting steel is fun. Like we talked about, hitting paper keeps you honest. Hitting steel is fun. Hitting steel that falls off is really fun. But what we set up, and I posted it yesterday, is we made this thing where he has this clay sitting in front of one of those bowling pins that you knock off.
Uh-huh.
If you had hit the bowling pin high, you'd hit it, but the clay would still be there. So
Yeah.
the idea was to take the clay and the bowling pin at the same time.
Ah,
Dude, shooting something off the buzzer and watching it explode. Oh,
it's
such
not.
a very satisfying feeling. Like it was,
Yeah.
I was like, when I got done with that drill, I'm like, it's fun to do all this, ping pong stuff.
Yeah.
But seeing that thing like explode and you're like, oh, and that was the first target, so you knew to move to the forward in the process.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It was so much fun. I was like, I would just set up a bunch of those and just
Just
do that.
blow them up. Now, did it give you the same feeling as shooting clays for shotguns, or is
Uh,
it kind of experience?
n-
I've never shot a clay with a pistol before.
Yes, I would say yes and no. Yes, because you got the explosion, and I also hit the steel behind it, so I got to see the steel fall and tumble, which was cool. No, because it's stationary, but I was also like drawing off them and trying to like hit it and move. So there was some movement, but it wasn't coming at me. So
Ah,
no.
all right.
But I will say very fun, and a little more pricier when it comes to targets, but still fun to do.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's an interesting haul. For those that have not shot steel, because I've met people that have never shot steel before, um, it is definitely when you hit the steel the first time, it is a memorable moment.
Oh,
As
sure.
weird as it sounds, for those if you haven't shot steel before, it's pretty cool. It helps you build. It honestly helps you build confidence, especially at distance when you're hitting them. Um, I know you and I have goofed off with shooting steel at 25 yards, nonsense stuff.
50,
Yeah,
150. I mean, with
yep,
pistols, and nothing to like brag about, like Pew View that's like on the buzzer knocking it out.
yeah.
But it is fun. It's fun. It's a confidence builder for sure. That's what kind of I was telling everybody is that we did paper at first, and we did paper at I think 7 or 10. I think it was 7 yards. And everybody was kind of like, okay, paper's
Did you
cool, but
did you guys warm up, or you just
defi-
went straight?
define warm up.
So I know this is interesting. When I go and I shoot with people, I tend to do a warm up where I'll do close targets, but requiring precision. So like we did the playing cards. We'll do the playing cards at five
No,
yards.
we can do that.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I mean with warm up. We started off with the playing cards. You got to tight shots, 5 yards. You got to keep
Yeah.
on a playing card under a certain amount of time constraints. So there's still that. Um, there's still that energy, that excitement
No.
from it
We
being
we
warm
we
up.
talked about zeroing. We talked about zeroing, and I was like, listen, man, it took us a while to get our bay, do our waivers, pay the people, drive over to the bay, load up all the steel, unload all the steel,
And
get set up,
I
think about
forgot about that.
distances. We did all the setup in 100-yard bay, and I'm like, hey, we just lost almost an hour. I don't want to spend 15 minutes zeroing. So like so for some that didn't go well, for others it was fine. And so the drill I shared yesterday,
I
the El Presidente, not El Presidente, the 222 thing, that was the first drill of the day.
I'm gonna say this to you guys. If you come to the range with me and I'm telling you we're doing a range day and your shit is not zeroed, I'm just gonna let you know we'll do it. But inside, you are pissing me off. You're pissing me off. If you knew we were doing a range day, have your gun zeroed or close to zero or whatever, you know what I mean? Put the laser in it and say,
Yeah.
hey, I need to recheck the zero. But man, if you come in here and you just freshly put your dot on, it pisses me off. I'm just gonna tell you that.
It
So
it takes up time on the line, especially if
yeah,
we're at a dedicated spot. I
yeah.
think the other like if it's me, if I know that
Well,
if it's not right, I'll go in between people's setups and make the adjustments at the table, and
yeah,
then next round I'll just shoot and just say okay, and then I'll just keep a mental note. Some
yeah.
people can't do that. I get that. When we
I
go to Guncraft, there is a static bay you could walk over to and make some adjustments there. But yeah, it does take away. We had somebody that had that problem. No one that we were working with, but someone that came to shoot with us, and their dot was off. Gamage hooked them up, but we had to stop what we were doing to make that happen, which is a little frustrating.
yeah.
Um,
I
especially
get it. I get it and I respect it. I think I respect other people's time as well. I know that you and I have had situations where we brought rifles out that weren't zeroed, right? Or at least I did. I brought a rifle out. I'm like, I don't know
me
what the
too.
zero is on this. So what I did is I shelved it and I asked somebody that was there, and there was other people there. I'm like, hey, does anybody have an extra rifle I can use? I have ammo, but I don't have a rifle. So instead of wasting time zeroing, because it was a group invite, um, that was what
That's
I did.
why I
I
bring
was like,
extra pistols for me,
yeah,
and I've done that too. We had a years ago. We had somebody. who had a Glock 48 with us, and they were having malfunctions with it. And I was like, I've got a Glock 48, use mine. It's ported and decked out, and then their like whole life changed. But I was like, run it. You break it, we'll discuss it later. We'll get you a bill for that. But I think that's the other thing that's different with us and others is that we're willing to share. So
Yeah. And now if it is a training day, like an official training day, I'm okay with that. But if it's like, hey, I'm getting together, you want to come shoot with me? Yo, zero, have your shit zeroed because I want to shoot and move. That was the agreement that we talked about. Like, that, dude, I don't know. I'm sorry. That triggers me so bad, man. That triggers me so bad. And it shouldn't even trigger me like that, but it does.
well, I get it though. It's because it's a time suck, especially if we're in a group and they say, "Hey, you mind if I zero this?" And we're like, "We're trying. You're holding us up."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I get it though. Mad Science asked a good question in the live. Again, guys, when you're watching us live, you get your questions answered, real time. Do you zero different pistols with different ammos? I'll go first.
Yeah.
I ain't got that kind of lifestyle, bro.
I
Like everything gets zeroed at 10 yards, the end. Whatever the ammo is, it's 10 yards.
so
That's it.
for me, I generally zero with 115 grain. Because that's what my carry ammo
It's
is.
all the same for me.
But now that I shoot 124 grain, I'm actually shopping around for defensive 124 grain. I like to keep my grain that I'm shooting on a regular zero to all of my guns. So if it's 124 now, moving forward, then I want a zero for 124 grain for all of my pistols. That's how I operate. I
Yeah,
don't
and
paint.
I tend to buy the same stuff in a large quantity. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's how I run my zero. Right now, the Staccato has a zero for 115 grain, and it's it's spot on with 124 grain. I don't have any problems. Now the 147s is spot on with 147s, but boy, this thing feels great. Great. But
this
yeah,
guy's not
that's
going to stop for
fun.
that 147 talk. Good Lord.
Hey man, Fireman put me on that, and then freaking Sensei put me on 136s. I'm just like, God.
I need to try the staccato ammo. I hear it's good.
What would 155 feel like?
Well, let's move into the main topic of the day. I know we're coming up on 10 minutes. We might go a little over just because of how things go. So Darius and I have been talking recently about our firearm journey,
Yeah,
and in talking with Tony last week from Laugh and Load, the idea of being very excellent at one to then take that skill set to many versus being somewhat decent at a lot of different things, even though it might be different mechanics and stuff. Kind of what that looks like. So that had me thinking, how do we pose that as a question? And so, in one fashion or the other, we're going to talk about how long do you give a gun before you move on from it. So, how long, how many reps? And we're not talking to the people that just buy stuff, collect it, show it off Instagram, and then shelve it. We're talking about people that actually put work with their guns.
yeah,
Whether it's a platform like you like Hammer Fires 2011s, or you like Glocks, or if or Striker Fires. How long do you try something once you've bought it to decide, okay, this is what I'm going to use? Or conversely, how long does it take for you to find something to be the right one, whether it's for carry or competition? Um, and we've been talking about our switch from striker fires to staccatos specifically because I've had other 2011-ish things. Um, has been a hasn't been easy. I'll say that it's not as easy as some would think because there are pre-shooting fundamentals that take time, and you have to be intentional. Whether it's engaging the grip safety if you have a grip safety, or if you pin it with Mad Science Tactical. Or if you engaging your thumb safety, both on initial shot and then when you're moving, flipping it to safe like you should do with a rifle. You shouldn't be running with your safety off when you're running and moving and grooving. All of that, doing a reload, hitting the slide release, all of that is different on the staccatos specifically compared to what we're used to, the MMP, the Glocks, the SIGs, all the other stuff. So I'll stop talking, D. What are your thoughts? How's it going for you right now? How long do you, give things?
So for me, I give pistols 6 months. So I will put in a ton of reps. You guys can't see. The Staccato looks beautiful on screen, but man, she is beat to heck. Do not tell artillery because he will yell at me for beating up the paint job. But I give it about 6 months. I hit a lot of reps. I don't know how much range time. Like, some folks will do 1,000 round reviews, 5,000 round reviews, 10,000 round reviews, and give you feedback. I shoot when I shoot, and I hit the reps and I hit the reps and I get familiar with it. And then most times I move on. I get bored. I just
Yeah,
get bored with the gun.
yeah,
Um, and that's unfortunate because like I raged so long and so hard about that the pink Glock 19. Now, when I was running that exclusively, guys, I know that gun inside and out. I knew how to maintain it. I knew when it wasn't running. I knew when it was starting not to want to run because obviously it's ported. I don't clean my guns and it's a Glock. And I'm like, it's a Glock. It should just run. I knew so much about that. I knew where it was hitting. I was hitting. Those were the 110, 150-yard hits on a pistol, 115 grain, bullshit ammo. We were doing it consistently. Like, I knew that gun. And then JW popped up. Gamage popped up with some damn M&Ps. And yeah, I moved to the M&P, and then fuses came out. We moved to the fuses. So each of those guns, though, I gave about 6 months apiece. And then I moved on. And that's how I operate, guys. I know they're like collecting dust over here. I have a Glock 34. That's probably the only pistol that I own besides the Fusion. That is, I would categorize it as a what is it? What do we call these? A
safe
safe.
queen.
Yeah, that is a safe queen. I probably have 200, 300 rounds max on that 34. Max.
That's funny. That's a safe queen to you because most people it's like a box of ammo and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was probably the most I have on that gun. And that gun shoots great.
Yeah.
It's a Glock 34 that's ported. So it is stupid soft. And it's everybody says, "Oh, your gun's so flat." It is dumb flat. It is dumb soft.
Yeah.
It's linear as hell. It's such an easy gun to shoot, but I don't know, man. I went over to the Staccato life because I like external safeties for some weird reason.
Yeah. That's weird.
But that's my journey, man. When it comes to guns, I heard what everybody said on the call, on the show last week, and I absolutely agree. Pick one, beat the hell out of that thing, learn it, learn that one pistol. If you want to make it your EDC, your competition, or whatever. I don't have the luxury of competing a lot, so my EDC and my competition gun are one and the same.
Yeah.
And that's how I have to operate. That's just because of the nature of the time I have allotted for shooting. I don't want to learn a competition gun and then EDC a completely different pistol and not have the reps and time behind the different pistol. That's just, it doesn't work for me. So the Staccato C right now is my competition gun, and it is my EDC. Now, you got to take into account that this I have to remind myself that this is not a Glock. I can't treat this like a Glock because it won't run in the same uh, kind of uh,
Condition.
conditions. Yeah, it won't run in the same conditions that I'm accustomed to. So I have
Yeah.
to. So that's my long story, man. My long story short. 6 months for me. Reps shooting, reps shooting. I tend to turn it into the competition gun now that I'm lightly competing with our friends, and I make it my EDC. That's my main thing too. All my guns have to be EDC worthy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's a thing that we haven't officially stamped that, but that's just our thing is that um we do everything from concealment and besides your Glock 34, uh, you know, investing in a 5 inch or a Staccato XC or
Yeah,
any of the 5 inch
the
2011s in general, I can't do the 5 inch M&P metal, the new one, the steel one. Can't do because I'm not going to be concealing a 5 inch gun. It's not for my body type, not for my lifestyle. We live in Florida. Just it doesn't work. Now, if you're 6'2", ripped, do CrossFit, wear jeans all the time, cool. That's for you. But it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for D. And it's not optimal. But that also limits us. So when we do competitions, like you mentioned in the past, we have to reload more. We have
yeah,
to think about extra mags in our
yeah,
setup. But
yeah,
it's different. I think it's just, and also being comfortable with your EDC, someone had mentioned this before. Uh, when you decide what your EDC, is it because it's your most comfortable gun? And I've said every time, no, it's the gun I know I can shoot.
yeah,
And so when people are like, well, I like to carry this because it's comfortable, I'm like, but when it's game time, can you perform?
yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And I'm hearing people talking about, so we got other people saying they're carrying full size or carrying XCs. That's great. That might be good for you, your body type, the way you carry. I would like to say, I'd love to see how fast you bring that gun out to draw versus me.
Yeah.
And this is not saying it's a challenge, and I'm no one special when it comes to speed on the buzzer. I'm actually slow on the buzzer. I make up with my splits. But I would love to see anyone that is not a grandmaster that's carrying a very large firearm concealed against me because I'm carrying a 4 inch or 4 1/4 inch, and I can run that.
And
And I think I
that,
can get you
that's daily carry. There's gun
right.
flex, right? And this is the MacBroz show, so we're gonna be realistic. There's gun flexers that show off Staccato XCs, and I know for a fact you're not fucking carrying that gun every day. I know that. So, like, I would
And
miss.
it's not Lou. We're not talking about Lou.
No, no, not Lou, not Lou.
No, but it's people
There's,
that are talking about they carry a Nighthawk, a Sand Viper,
yeah.
they carry Jacob Gray, XYZ, all these
Dude,
things.
have you felt the grip of a Nighthawk? Can you imagine just the grip of the Nighthawk against your skin from appendix carry all day long? That
Yeah,
would
and
cheese
we're
grate.
talking, and when we EDC, we're not EDCing for like just to go get groceries. Like
Yeah.
it's all day,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
all day. Getting the
That's why
kids,
I
running the errands, doing the job, driving to soccer camps and competitions for hours on the road.
yep.
Like when I sit down and I go take a long road trip for work, and I go to like Tallahassee, I don't take my gun off. Like it, I don't want to take it on and off. I don't bag carry because I don't have a bag that's worth endorsing yet. But I'm telling you, I seriously doubt anyone that's carrying that big of a gun is not doing it for a long amount of time. You're not doing it consistently, and you're probably not as fast as you think you are.
Yeah.
We can clip that and we can put it out there, and then people are going to want to challenge us. And I'm okay with a challenge, but if you're a
You
GM
said
or an
not a
M, I don't think it applies to you.
yeah. No, I think that would be something realistic. Those XCs are heavy, man. Those are some heavy tools.
Oh
And
yeah.
so that's what they're supposed to be, right? Because they're generally
Well,
in
they're race guns, right? Like that's when we
yeah,
talked about the GTO, the P211 GTO. when we talked about that gun, we said there's no carrying this gun. It's a 5-inch gun with a compensator with very aggressive grip texture. Its
Yeah.
intended purpose is for competition, or as our boy Gamage talks about when he does his 50 and 5 review, purpose of use. When I look at this gun, what's its purpose of use? So when I reviewed the DY9Z, it's a small, compact, subcompact pistol. It's
Yeah.
probably for concealed carry or self-defense. It's missing some things that should make that better. Then you've got a big 5-inch SIG GTO that has a primary purpose of competition or duty, not in your waistband against your skin. Like, there's no reason, right?
Yeah.
So just
Remember when
putting that out there.
I was for a very short, a very short amount of time, guys. I was concealed carrying that Max Michelle, which was the P320 5-inch.
But was that reasonable and comfortable?
It was comfortable, but it was heavy because it has the metal inserts in it to make it even heavier. Even though it was a polymer frame, it had the
Yeah,
cool.
but your speed wasn't there.
Oh no! The speed was
Like you've got to like when
on.
I'm talking about speed, guys, but I'm talking about and as someone who has had all sizes of M&P, for example, the reason why I like my 3.6-inch, not it's not just how fast it reciprocates and stays on track. It's also that if when I was drawing my 5-inch MMP, I would feel the whole front end of that barrel have to clear my holster and my belt and my garment. I could feel that whole gun have to get up there. Now I have medium-sized hands, so take that in consideration. But then I'm getting the same ergonomics in a smaller compact gun, and then it's just easier. Like I don't have to worry about clearing that much gun. The gun gets out faster. So that's just my thought process.
Yeah, no, man. I'm actually. I know we're talking about like carrying your single gun and how long that you carry it till you move on to another one. I've learned throughout the years now that my body type works well with a 4-inch gun. I have the 425 MP. I can carry that. I can run it. But like you said, when I compare it to my 4-inch, it's different. It
Yeah,
is a slight difference to it.
yeah.
The way it tracks beautiful. Um, but it has a different feel to it. And I think that, like I told you before, I've been eyeing the GTO 211, and they're coming out with the 4-inch, and I'm like,
That
I
seems
I
appealing. Yeah.
like the 211. I do. I don't know why I do, but I do. It felt great in my hands, and when I was shooting it, it felt great shooting it. So I'm
Yeah.
looking at that, but I definitely like the 4-inch. That's why the new Staccato C4X is appeasing to me because it's in space. But I don't know if the cost is in that space. But
We
also, we rock with Monsoon. So I can chunk port anything I want to chunk port and get probably better results.
that's yeah, we could talk about that in another episode because I know Vinny's gonna do a review on it. We've had a few people talk about the C4X. The biggest thing that everybody's talking about is the price.
Yeah,
But others are saying it's a mini XC, so the price seems reasonable. But getting back on the topic that we're talking about when it comes to are we sticking with our staccatos? So Dee and I have been talking about giving more time and doing evaluation. We're very analytical, given even glasses and being nerdy about it with our day jobs. But we're talking about how comfortable we are with the gun, and that comfortability also means confident.
yeah,
And we're also talking about breaking it up in different parts of fire. So, are we comfortable carrying it? Are we comfortable with the safety of it? Are we comfortable at just grabbing the gun at the holster? Are we comfortable at the presentation and then marrying up the hand? Like every segment that you can consider as a portion of engaging with the firearm, are we comfortable? Almost like a checklist. And we've been talking about it because we both have made this jump together,
yeah.
unintentionally, but it's just kind of it is what it is. He says I like something, and I say let me try a little bit of that, and then we both do it.
Well,
Um, and where I'm at right now is that I have to remember that I dedicated almost my entire competition last year to MNP, and I did like a series on just dry fire with the MNP, and running striker fires are all similar, right? They're all similar in some nature, but when I stuck to a platform like the Smith & Wesson MNP 2.0, any MNP 2.0 I touch, I can run. If
Yeah.
they don't have an apex trigger, I kind of like don't like it, but I can
Yeah.
still run the piss out of it. I know the ergonomics, I know the grip angle, I know everything on it because I've invested that much time in it. In switching platforms at whole, when I first had my Prodigy, I said, not going to do it. Don't like how it feels. Then I had the Fusion XP Pro, and the grip was a little too squared off and chunky for me, so I didn't like it. It was an immediate no. And then once we started getting our hands on Staccatos, I started realizing, okay, this is more of what meets my pleasure. They are still right now in my journey. Um, there are still areas of discomfort in running a staccato. Whether it's not the grip safety, mad science has fixed that for us,
Yeah.
for me. The main thing for me is reloads and the slide release, that type of stuff, because while I still have the reduced grip on this, there are still components, and I think the main thing for me is it's this tail back here that even though my hand can manipulate the gun and access controls appropriately where they need to, the
Yeah.
tail still kind of like affects my maneuverability where I'm used to like on my MNP, there is no tail back there, so I can move my thumb up to get to the things, the controls.
Yeah.
Um, that's a thing for me that I just have to get comfortable with and used to. Where I will say that I am extremely confident, extremely comfortable, and we have both talked about this, that we agree, is accuracy. The
Yeah.
accuracy, the rails that these guns are on, the punch that they hit. Because I was looking at some of those videos of me hitting those steel plates, and the plates are smacking down, whereas other people's shots were on target, but they were not like knocking the plate over as hard. And I'm seeing the plate like I was able to take the plate rack that we had, and they flipped down, and I was able to punch them back up. That's how
Wow.
hard this is hitting, even with ports. To all you jackasses that talk about ports losing velocity, um, so
Negligible.
there's the trade off there. Like I know my MMP, my speed on draw, my comfortability, everything we talked about in the past. You know how we grip the back of the gun.
Yeah.
I'm super confident in that. But I've also know that I put a lot of time into it, like way more than the 6 months that we've talked about, right? I mean, I'm
Yeah.
talking countless amounts of rounds because I just didn't document it.
Yeah.
Whereas this is still new to me. It's a platform change, and to me, it's like, I don't want to sound lame, but it's like going from driving automatic to manual,
Yeah.
and I drive automatic.
It's the
I don't
Porsche.
drive manual.
It's a Porsche of guns.
Right. Yeah, it's and the thing is, my favorite car that I don't own is is a Nissan GTR, and I would get the 2000s edition, which is automatic. I wouldn't get, because I
Uh,
just want all that power going fast.
yeah.
Whereas this would be like a GT3 RS, which everyone thinks is a phenomenal car. Um, so I'm not giving up yet. I need to put the time in, but it's going to take some getting used to for me to not access everything as routinely. I am looking to invest in an extended slide release. Fusion makes some of them for the 1911 that look really good.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, I
Are
their
you gonna
accuracy is so good, man.
Are you gonna compete with that? For people want to know. And I know we're kind of near ending the time here. It's getting late.
Yes, I'm competing with it.
You are gonna compete. Okay. You're gonna compete with it, and you're gonna EDC it, or you're gonna keep an eye on it and EDC something else while you're working through the.
My favorite gun to EDC right now is my 365 R11. It's
Yeah.
just super comfortable. But I I was tinkering with my Glock the other this today. I was tinkering with it because I was trying to do
No.
sights on it, and I'm reminded why I like my Staccato. I can greatly appreciate the difference in the quality of these two this gun versus this gun.
Yeah,
And I can greatly appreciate the trigger, right? The trigger to me is what is a game changer.
yeah,
Um, I just I was looking at my shooting, I was looking at my speed on those splits that I shared the other day, and I know I would shred with the M&P, but I also have start to getting used to the 2011 trigger. I think it's just, to be honest with you guys, I've talked to Dee about this. To me, the learning curve right now, if I was to go to see like Sensei or someone and say, hey, I think I've diagnosed what I need work on, it's everything before shooting the gun. It's getting out the holster, getting the grip comfortable, driving the gun, feeling that confidence in my speed to
yeah,
get the gun out.
yeah,
Um, because, it's just learning a gun that you have to center your hand differently than another gun takes time, takes repetition.
yeah,
And that's all it's going to take. You can't just fake it. You have to put in the time.
yeah,
Um, but shooting the gun, dude, I mean, you've said it before,
yeah.
25, 30 yards, you
Easy.
know, easy peasy, right?
It is very
Um,
with this thing.
so
That's
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up yet. I like the platform a lot. I question if there is I enjoy the Romulus a lot. I wonder if the Romulus would just feel better in my hands. So would that make some of that stuff easier or not? Or is it's just a repetition, like Robbie Don's saying, more reps. It's just more reps.
it's more reps.
Callous is that.
It's more reps, and during your rep session, this is for me. During your rep session, that's how I found out. That's why I realized like I didn't like the ambi safeties. That's why I have an Atlas thumb safety. That this is this is this is engaged, so slide won't move, and then that's where it sits. Because I know my grip is high, I needed the thumb safety to change because I wasn't going to change my grip. I'm going to change this gun to fit my hands. So there might be some stuff you might have, some additional things you might have to consider as you're learning through that gun. I knew I needed to change that. Otherwise, I wasn't going to shoot this because I didn't like the way that the stock safeties sit.
Yeah.
And but besides that, if you get your trigger Cerakoted, guys, that's gonna suck. I learned the hard way. I absolutely love that it's Cerakoted, but um, I could feel that the trigger was a little rough.
Yeah, it's got some drag to it.
Yeah, it's got some drag to it as it worked the Cerakote away. Now it's starting to work it away, and close up you can see like there's metal showing from the OG trigger. So as
Perfect.
it's working the Cerakote, it's starting to get super buttery smooth.
Right.
Um, that's what I think, dude. I agree with Robert Kahn. You just need more reps, and you might some additional things you need to put on there to make it feel better in your hand. Um, you got the grip safety ironed out, right? Because you know that sucked.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've also heard, and I'm just taking it from other people's perspective that has way more experience than me because I'm not gonna, assume things on my end. I've heard the C2 grip is kind of the least appealing grip of them all.
Yeah,
Um, so I could see where like your C grip feels nice, but I don't like the full size length of it.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I could see that. I'm also considering just not this one, but for my P that I have, considering different grips in general. Is there a better aluminum grip or polymer grip? Something to make all of the accessibility of the controls and the gun just feel better in hand.
I also
And I don't know.
I also think that all of your guns have magwells except that one. So
Oh, I'm
that
not worried about that.
mine that might be a thing. I know that it's cut, but it's not a actual magwell.
It operates in hand like a magwell, but you're right, the funneling is not the same. I haven't had any problems with reloads. I think that's the other thing is that with my R11, I really enjoy reloading that metal grip. I don't know, maybe it's just that I want a metal grip. I don't know. I don't want to be bougie and say I have things. But I think that's what you guys will learn. Um, I'm very particular and I don't have a normal hand size and I don't want to, and I know like we have friends that have similar size hands to me that shoot bigger guns. but that's okay for them. They put more time in it, more repetition, and they have a different comfort level. I don't.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you, man.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
great.
Sensei. It's not the magwell, it's the reach. What bothers me, to anyone that's curious, what bothers me is to hit my mag release. I have to break my grip a little bit. I don't like having to do that. And my mags have been falling as freely as I want them to. So I hate having to re-grip in general, even if it's slight, but then it's more aggressive with just this grip. I do have small hands. The slide release, that's even more of a thing, and I'm the type of person that wants it to slide release. So yeah.
I that's funny you say that because we have the same roles. I think because I threw myself into a competition with a staccato without like a lot of time in the staccato, I was forced to have to learn everything quickly. And then when I had the second competition with the catastrophic failures, I learned so much. I think I mentioned this to you guys. I learned so much about this silly tool that like reloads aren't really much of a problem when I need to get on the gas. I don't know, dude. It's just I think it is so easy to use this gun that you really in your mind have to say this gun is really easy to use. Just let the gun do the work, move the gun to the next target, and keep moving. I have to tell myself that at competitions, like, dude, don't fight the gun, let it do what it does. Put the dot
Oh
where it
yeah,
go,
yeah.
pull the trigger as fast as you can, and get to the next target and keep moving through it. When I start thinking like that, then this thing starts performing like it's supposed to.
That's
When I
how it was for me last weekend. Is that a few the paper drill was probably my worst shooting of the entire day, and that was the first drills. Um, After that, I've gotten really comfortable with like recoil impulse and how the slide operates and tracking the dot. Like the first couple go rounds with the gun, I was like, "Whoa, what I get myself into?" I mean, like I know I like it, but like, um, it takes time, right? I think it's
yeah,
just learning it and getting it, and it's also like there's guys. When I say there's a lot to learn to any firearm to be proficient with it, we're talking about not just the grip and presentation because that's the core piece to get things right, but it's also like knowing your trigger, right? It's like where's my take up? Where's the reset? If the reset's too soft, what's that feel like? I'm a trigger slapper almost habitually because I don't do that prep stuff unless it's like really deep shots. But for
yeah.
the most part, I'm slapping the trigger because I'm confirming shots ahead of time. My eyes are leading me to those shots. Um, with this trigger, it's very light, it's very subtle, but there isn't a lot of weight to it to really give me that. So I caught myself like fishing for it a couple times, like trying
Yeah.
to really time the doubles. Whereas this guy, but again, we're talking way more rounds. I think I might be getting close to 600-700 rounds with this thing,
Yeah,
and this guy's got,
a lot. It
let's
stinks
just
a
call
couple
it
of
10 to 12,000. I
it
mean,
stinks
it's
a
got. I
couple of
mean, you can see my skin
288s.
is in it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
got
like
a lot of time in it with
my
me.
MP as well. Is it's got a lot of round counts, but still my highest round count is that Glock 19. But the goal is to get these up there, man, to see how they perform.
Yep.
Who knows? I might start the season off with this and then end up falling back in love. I love the M&Ps. Um,
Yeah.
but bringing that's my backup, guys. So if this goes down, the M&P 4 inch is my backup gun. Never let me down. But I will tell you, man, when I had to pull that Glock out and I shot that as a backup gun, uh,
You're like gross. Hey, I did the same thing with this, and I was like, all
dude,
right, I put this side on. I was like, that's heavy. I was like, oh, gross. Okay,
yeah, dude, I
done with that.
respected the M&P even more.
Dude, I'm telling you, the M&P is so it's the easy button, but it's because I know it, right? And
Yeah,
so and like Sensei saying, I'm probably overthinking a lot of things, and it's not just me overthinking it in this conversation. It's me overthinking everything before I shoot. It reminds me, and I know we're getting over time here, but it reminds me of when I was golfing and uh I would I would have all these thoughts. Okay, tuck your elbow, bend this knee. Where are you aiming at? We're aiming over there. All right. Have the club face this way. I'd have all these thoughts and I'd have no clear thought. And then I'd do my swing and it's like something didn't go right. But then when I would just say, we're doing one thing, I don't care. I'm not even thinking about the rest of my body, all the motion, all that stuff. I'm just saying, we're going for that leaf way down there that I can see on this tree. We're
Yeah.
aiming for that. And then I would just focus on aiming, and then I didn't care what form or anything else looked like. It just did what it did.
Yeah.
Good, bad, indifferent. And then it was there. And whenever, and conversely, if I had one thought and it was, don't do this, like, don't end in that water hazard, that's where I went.
Yeah.
So now my thought process, I have to like dump that mentality because like my first few videos of me doing the staccato back at Guncraft was like, all right, pluck the gun out, hit the safety, fight, make sure you're in gripping enough for the grip safety, get
Yeah.
the gun up, but don't swoop too much. You want to punch out the way you like to do it, Josh. Okay. Learn the recoil. Like I was telling
That's
myself
all
all
but
these things in those milliseconds.
yeah.
And nothing was feeling right. And then I was like, okay, less, think even less. And then eventually it was like, grab gun, go bang,
Yeah.
and it did.
Yep.
And then it was just because even then it was like I would think so much. My time off the buzzer, I was like, I don't even care about that time. I don't care if it's fast because I'm overthinking so much. I can't even hear the buzzer. So
Yeah.
it's just me overthinking things, but also me wanting to do well for us and others and having a good reputation. And I've invested time into this platform, so I want to do well with it. So
Wait,
the guys that are in here that are talking about it, I think it'd be cool.
did somebody try to trade my Rising Sun Staccato, my M&P?
No, he's talking about mine.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe I don't know. We'll see. He might be trying to trade you your M&P.
I can't.
Um,
I'm not going to trade my M&P because it has a very, very heavy guide rod in it. So it feels like it has an X300 on the nose, but it doesn't have an X300 on the nose. That's why it's
yeah,
so
he's talking about yours, not mine. Yeah,
so
this
soft.
isn't for everybody.
This is yeah, yeah, same. This is not going anywhere. This is going to get passed through the Lewis family because it has
But yeah.
its name on it.
Yeah. So yeah, less
We,
thinking, more doing. I
yeah,
think my next dry fire, I might just put some speakers on and just listen to music and shoot.
yeah. I've been I forgot who I was watching. It's this is gonna suck. All I know is that he's bilingual and he speaks German. Um,
Oh, Joey Sourland.
yes, yep. I was watching his dry fire stuff, and he had mentioned something about pulling the trigger because he runs 2011s. And I was like, damn, I normally have a full magazine of ammo and I don't pull the trigger. So I have been incorporating the trigger pulling into my uh, movement because I'm training my eyes right now so I can be prepared for competition, even though I'm not able to shoot as much as I would like to right now. And man, try it. No magazine because, the staccatos already have a little bit of the weight. But pull the trigger, hit a double, and swing the gun, and I'm like, damn, I'm doing extra movement. I'm trying to do too much.
Yeah.
And I'm finding out I'm doing too much. And now I'm like, all right, do less, and the less is more. So
Yeah, because when we do too much, we slow ourselves down.
yeah. Yeah, I literally see this thing just like boop, just like it's supposed to be. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We still need to have a staccato day where we just run these things exclusively for
That was a recommendation in the live chat. Someone said we should swap guns.
SWAT. If he doesn't have an Atlas thumb safety, if any 2011 does not have this thumb safety, I don't give a shit.
You
I don't
hear this?
want it.
You hear this bitch? He's talking about thumb safeties.
That's right.
God,
I need the Atlas, guys. I
he
want
also wants
that.
his macchiato with it too.
You Glock goons out there, look at that high grip. That's a Glock grip on a 2011. Look at that. That's because of this safety. Glock goons, they got something for you. Get this Atlas safety, throw it on a 2011, then you get the best of both worlds. You get your Glock grip, and you got a 2011.
I'm okay with mine, but again, I got smaller hands, so.
True, that's true.
But
But
I still need to try yours just to see if, if the grip is for me or not. I don't know. We'll see. But I think we've beat this horse a little bit too hard today. We'll definitely talk about it some more. But that's just giving you guys insights to, kind of what we've been going through and thinking about. Uh, for us, range days usually have purpose. Even if it's just to have fun, like last weekend, just to plink and do some fun stuff. I still was intentional that the only pistol I shot was my Staccato, just to kind of see how I reacted to different things, whether it's my accuracy and all the stuff. And I came away with some positives and some, again, a lot of things to think about. Um, so we'll probably do that soon. D and I definitely have concealed carry league coming up. The first one is at the end of March. I
yep,
won't be able to make it due to schedule conflicts. But there will be others in the summer that I will not be missing. I'll be at the other 5 based on my schedule right now.
yep. And we're
So
gonna do some outlaw matches. We're gonna try to hit some of those.
I was I've been told I have to go shoot USPSA, so you can
Uh,
drag me to that and shoot some outlaw matches. So
oh, hey, don't
we'll
let
do
it
that too.
don't let it be a level one and not be a level one.
You don't know until you show up.
You don't know till you show up. Is
Yeah,
Kai on this call? I blame Kai for
he's
that.
not. He's not, but he doesn't accept responsibility, but he apologizes for it. We've talked about it.
Yes.
But yes, I will definitely be open to doing a USPSA or an outlaw or something like that in the future. Just gotta find the time. That's the main thing is that gotta find time based on our jobs and our families and all the things. And MacBroz is picking up on the back end, so we're trying to make more things happen there too and make content and all the things. So we got to do a lot of balancing. This isn't full time, so we're trying to make some time for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You got any last closing words, dude? Any recommendations?
No,
Anything
man.
else to say?
Well, yes. Pick a gun. Pick a maker that you trust, a gun manufacturer that you trust, and stick to that gun for a little bit. And I support upgrading guns. Like if you get to the point where you're like put some upgrades on it, I support it as long as it's safe, right? Um, and see how far you can take that gun. Maybe you'll decide you want to throw some ports in it and be like, damn, this is a different kind of animal. Hey, you want the upper hand when it comes to a gunfight.
Yeah, yeah. My last bit of advice, guys, when we talk about carry for what you're confident in.
Yeah,
Comfort will come with time. If you
yeah,
carry with what you're comfortable and you're not good with shooting it, then what's the point of carrying it, right? You're just carrying a liability at that point.
true.
So if you shoot the best out of everything is your 4.5-inch echelon, congratulations. That should be your carry because
Yes.
that's what you shoot the best.
Yeah,
If you shoot the best with your tiny little PSA dagger, cool.
carry it.
So but anyway,
Thank
guys, thank you for joining us. For the folks in the live, thank you for the engagement and the questions and the feedback. If we didn't get your question, we will take it down in the notes for next week and we'll bring it up during the show. And of course, if you want to follow up with us or send us questions, you can DM me or Darius on Instagram, or you can actually send us a question on our website, themacbroz.com. That's MacBroz with a Z. That's also where you can pick up some MacBroz shirts. We got shirts and hats there. So if you want to check that out as well, supports us, makes the whole ammo thing possible, all those grains and weights.
you.
If you aren't able to catch us on the live, you can catch us on the replay on Rumble. Just look up the MacBroz there, or you can catch us via audio anywhere that you do podcasts. Just look up MacBroz, MacBroz. You'll find us there. Also, you'll find us on the Firearms Radio Network. That's firearmsradio.net, where you'll find all kinds of awesome podcasts on any real topic, where it's legal two-way stuff or hunting. My friends at Let's Go Hunt have a really good one as well. AR-15 podcast. There's all kinds of stuff on there, guys. So definitely check them out as well. And last but definitely not least, Give the YouTube channel a follow. I'm trying to rebuild it with all the gun reviews and content. JWETH 2.0. That's JAY 2. I'm sorry, I can't know. JAYWETH 2.0 at YouTube. I post videos there every week. This week we posted the Mad Science Tactical 001 grip pinning device and what that looks like and why you should consider getting one. Again, thank you to Tag Precision for sponsoring this week's episode, and we will see you guys next week.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got ammo and ammo and ammo and ammo and ammo and ammo. What do we got? We got ammo and ammo and ammo and ammo and ammo and ammo. What do we got? Bing bang, this a two-man operation. They gon' run out of targets and start a chariot operation, but no sweat, they gonna sell it and keep on with operation. If you wanna listen to them, let me show you where to find them. Darius and Josh got a podcast for you to find. When you listen, you can tell them I'm the one that had to guide them. Tell them Bing sent you, he's the one that had to guide you. Woo! What do we got? We got ammo.